have one of our reporters who is with Governor Christie. Chris Keating is there. We've been following the governor, of course, since last night when he came back from New Hampshire. So we want to check in with Chris right now. We'll get to them in just a moment. But right now we want to go back to these snow totals. There we go. Chris Keating with Governor Christie. Chris, are you all ready to talk to us?
Let's go. Whenever you're ready.
We are, Della. Thank you very much. And we are in Point Pleasant here where the snow is falling and the surf is incredible behind us. And Governor Christie is kind enough to join us at this time. First of all, I have to ask you, this view out here, the beach is being eaten up. You've seen this before. Your thoughts on just the idea of coastal flooding and erosion along this area of Monmouth and Ocean County?
Well, I don't think we're going to worry too much about coastal flooding in this storm. We may have a little bit of flooding in the streets, but I don't think significant ones, and certainly none that will mandate an evacuation or any real property damage. But I am worried about beach erosion, and this is at the epicenter of our fight to build the dune system. You guys have covered it very closely. Point Pleasant Beach and Bay Head, 121 homeowners who won't give permission to build the dune system. If you go down the beach here to Ortley Beach, they're getting pounded down in Ortley Beach because the people here refuse to give permission to build a dune system. Until it can be built all down the beach, you can't start part of it. And so it's wrong. The people here are wrong, and they should be signing those easements and let us get this project done so we don't have to worry about beach erosion like this again.
We have seen some flooding, not in this area, but down in Atlantic County. Concerns down there, have you been in touch with officials in those areas?
We have. Our DEP Commissioner, Environmental Protection Commissioner Bob Martin has been in touch with the mayors in Avalon, Stone Harbor, and Sea Isle City, where there's the most significant flooding. And there's a few feet of water in the streets there, but no need for evacuations, according to them at this point. We've offered them assistance. They're taking us up on it, along with their county Office of Emergency Management. So for the folks down there, we think they're going to be doing okay, and I think it'll only get better, not worse.
Okay, but let's move on to the roads now. Everybody off the roads, unless you have to be outside. What have you seen? You've been on the roads. How do they look as far as travelability and as far as people being out there, yes or no?
Well, listen, they shouldn't be out there tonight under any circumstances. Stay home. Unless it is an absolute emergency, stay home. Now, I have to tell you, the Garden State Parkway was in very good shape when I drove down it today. The DOT has done, and the Turnpike Authority have done a great job on that. I was on Interstate 287. The visibility wasn't great then, only probably about a quarter of a mile, so people have to be very careful. The plow drivers have to be careful on that, and it takes them a little longer to get it cleared. So I think we're making progress. I hope that we'll have most of the roads cleared by tomorrow when the snow stops, and that we'll be ready for the commute on Monday morning.
The last area is power outages. We haven't seen too many to this point, but remember, during Sandy, this was an issue. Some of the utilities were widely criticized for the response. Are they getting the job this time? Are you confident that they prepared for a storm like this one?
They're much better than they were 3 years ago. Let's start there. And so far, so good. We had up to 95,000 outages, and now we just put another 45,000 people back online. So we're down to about 50,000 net outages, 35,000 down far south, Atlantic City Electric, in that area, about 15,000 in JCP&L, and a scattered 100 outages in the PSE&G area in the northern part of the state. Now, the storm's still moving north, so we may have some more power losses in the PSE&G area up north later tonight. So for folks who lose your power, really important, leave your home and either shelter with friends and family who have power or go to a county shelter. They're all over. You can call law enforcement. They'll help get you there. But we don't want you staying in a house. The weather's too cold. We don't want you staying in a cold house tonight.
Final, any last concerns heading into the evening tonight for you?
Listen, I want to keep an eye on the flooding, especially along the shore and the very southern parts of our shore, to make sure that we don't need to do any evacuations down there, Atlantic City and south. And then it's the power outages always, because when these storms are in the winter, it is very, very dangerous, especially for the elderly and the infirmed who have difficulty getting around. We want them to be able to be warm and safe tonight. So if they have any problems at all, they lose their power, call law enforcement, get them to come get you, and they'll get you to a warm place to get something good to eat and to keep you warm tonight.
On a lighter note, you have much less clothing on than me today, and no hat on.
No, I feel pretty good, you know. I've been out in the weather all day today, so maybe my body's just adjusting to it, or maybe I'll have a raging cold in a few days. I don't know, but I feel pretty good right now.